The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Well, welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We're out 5 days a week because we go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF Friday, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 61, NASDAQ down 11, S&P's down 7, gold contract down $6.70, trading at $1,758 an ounce. Silver down 35 cents at $34.14 an ounce. Platinum off $9 at $1,635 an ounce. Copper off 2 pennies at $3.57 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $94.35. Bonds up 11 ticks at 141.01. Dollar index up 30 ticks at 77.16. Euro down 49 ticks at 137.47. And the yen up 15 ticks at 78.20. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do? Okay, so we broke topside on the 27th of October. We do it with 1 billion shares. What do we do then? We come downtown. You come downtown with 1.4 billion. We go back uptown yesterday with 1 billion, and now today we go sideways, and we actually reject lower price out here. The S&P's got to 1238, rejected that lower price. You're at 1253, and we did it at 827 million versus 1 billion. What that says is that that high of last week is going to get tested. Now that's on the daily. Now let's flip this over, and we're going to put this on the weekly. We take a look at the weekly. Now, I'm going to bring up the SPY in the weekly. So there's going to be a little divergence here. And this is what it is. So what we did on the weekly is this. If I bring up the SPY, you're going into a 2.2 billion. That's what we're going into. We're going into the downdraft, folks, of August 5th. Last week, you pushed into that with 1.3 billion. This week, we actually went sideways with 1.4. When I put that together on the, we're looking at the weekly, looking at the daily. The weekly is saying that, no, you're not going to break topside, meaning at the 130 on the S&P. The daily is saying that we are going to retest the highs of last week. Why? Because as you pull back, dramatically lighter volume, rejected lower price, that 129.42 wants to get tagged out there. We look at the Dow Industrials. We go look at the Dow. Okay, so Dow Industrials set up basically the same way. What you have in the Dow comes down at 11,850 today, rejects that lower low. We're at 11,983, and bottom line, that's going to try to run into that high of last week before coming back down. Composite, NASDAQ Composite. What we have in the composite is this. Now, the composite is not is not set up like the S&Ps and like the Dow, and this is what the difference is. The composite actually just went sideways out here today. Really, inside day, what you have, you're down $11. You did the composite. This is where the difference is too. The composite did 1.9 billion versus 2.1. You didn't have that contraction and you didn't have that rejection of price because it actually didn't go down far enough to reject price. It just went sideways all day. Now let's go bring up the 3 Qs. The NDX 100. We take a look at the NDX 100. The way she's out here, She was flat out here today, down 30 cents, big deal. We take a look at this on a weekly basis. What you have with the NDX 100 is this. Same deal going into the August 5th rather time frame. We had 627 million. Last week we went into that with 372. This week we did 363. That does not have the juice to basically break topside. See, what we have here is that the 58.82, we got to the 59.20 last week. It couldn't handle it. We got to the 58.05 today. We got the 58.64 for the week, meaning we got over it both times. Couldn't handle it. That's saying it's a failure and wants to go back downtown. Let's go take a look at the bond market. We had with bonds out here today. Take a look at the 30-year. 30-year out here, she started rejecting lower volume, rejecting lower price with lighter volume. Bonds, they were up 12 ticks. We were as low as 139.20. You're coming into a monster. You're coming into 542,000 contracts. You did it with 334. Bonds are setting an ABC structure on the way up. Bonds want to get into this 147 level. We'll see whether it gets up and over that level. King dollar. Let's go take a look at King dollar out here. What we did with King dollar, sideways move today. 33,000 contracts, up 29.6, no big deal. We take a look at this on a weekly basis, and what you have on the weekly basis is that you absolutely have a nice acceleration up. This little baby on a weekly basis, we did 177,000 contracts. You're only going into 126,000 contracts. That's saying higher price is coming in that whole market. Now, MF Global. So check this out. MF, well, this is still not confirmed yet, but this came across the tape at 2:17 today that MF Global, the missing, here it is. MF Global, the bankrupt futures company, has located $658 million in missing customer funds in a custodial account at J.P. Morgan Chase, according to two people with knowledge of the matter. The account contained a total of $2.2 billion as of October 31st, which includes both the firm's own money and customer funds, according to one of the people who declined to be identified because of information is private. MF customer funds had a shortfall of $633 million. Bottom line, it's going to be great if that's the case, folks. The amazing part, of course, is that how do you misplace the $633 million? But the good news is that that's not confirmed, by the way. But that did come across at 2:15 today. So, you know, the good news is that I suspect that it is going to be there. And who knows how it got there. Yeah, we'd all love to stumble upon $600 million, wouldn't we? There's no doubt about that. Groupon. Groupon today came out public. Let's go take a look at Groupon. The symbol in Groupon is GRPN. We have with Groupon from highs to lows. There it is. Okay, so the high out here today in Groupon was $31.14. The low was $25.90. It closed out at $26.11. And what you have is that the at $26.11, that went IPO out at $20, folks. Okay, so there was money made there, no doubt. Bank of America. We take a look at Bank of America. What we have with Bank of America, she was down 42 cents. You know, that is going to make its way down to this 576. What is out there right now is that they are going to do a dilution of the shareholders. The real key is going to be what is the dilution? How much money is going to be that dilution? We take a look at some of the high volume stocks, even though there was no high volume out here today. What you had is Chesapeake Energy was down $1.96. We had GE off 28. Microsoft was off 25. We had Region Financial up 3. U.S. Steel was up $1.38. Morgan Stanley was off 23. We had J.P. Morgan Chase off 41. Let's go take a look at Citigroup out here. So Citigroup is she was down 44 cents. No big deal. She's hanging out there. 3M. We go take a look at 3M. What we have with 3M. She was down 34. She's consolidating. Over in Europe, folks, Europe's going to, you know, no doubt have an exciting weekend. It's been quite exciting in Greece, no doubt about it. What we had in Europe out here today is that you had the FTSE down 0.3%. The DAX in Germany was off 2.7. Let's go take a look at the DAX. We're down $1.67. You're at 59.66. Yeah, it's not that bad, actually. What you have here, you really just have a consolidation. She looks like she wants to run into this 56.55. So that's down about $300 from where we are right now. We take a look at the gold market. Gold out here today, from highs to lows, what we had, price spread, 1749 was the low, 1766 was the high. You did 84,000 contracts. Now, that 84,000 contracts certainly isn't enough to get into higher prices. It does look like that it's going to do nice Gartley on the way up. Oh, see, this is going to be beautiful. We're going to surprise you folks at this break. If you haven't seen my wife Angie, and she hasn't been on in years, and she's coming on at the next break. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, baby, watch out. Okay, so when we take a look at the gold contract, this is what you have. Gold, yesterday, we come over the swing point. You did it with some volume. Yesterday, you had 163,000 contracts. It was taking out the swing point of 100,000 contracts on the 28th. And what I expect you're going to see out of that, you're going to get a Tiger Gartley. That's going to bring it up to about the 1840 area. And if you get that, and we get that, of course, with lighter volume, we'll be looking to sell that area up there. But that's the way that baby is shaking out right now. Jeffries Group, JEF, this is an equity that got hammered yesterday. That low is going to get tested, folks. You know, they came out today and they said bottom line is going to be more disclosure about what type of European debt that they have. Don't touch this thing right now because what you have is that at 9.79, that wants to get tested. If we bring this back to 08, we put this on a weekly basis. What you have is that you're going to see what you're looking at right now is this, is that you're looking at a situation of 804, what was the low on March of 09, 779 was the low of November of 08, and you can see the type of volume we've come in with. On a weekly basis, you've just come in with 101 million versus 7 and 8 million. That's problematic, unfortunately, for Jeffries. That's saying, number one, it wants to get down there. Number two, what you would like to see ASAP is a test of those lows, and of course a test of those lows with lighter volume. Rango Resources, that has been the strongest gold stock out there, and bottom line, that won't back off. That's at 118.66. You stay right there, folks. We get a special guest. We have my beautiful wife coming up. This is Tom O'Brien. This is Angie O'Brien. We ended our 61, NASDAQ off 11, S&P's off 7. We're going to be right back, folks.